Hi everyone. A very good evening. I hope I'm audible perfectly. Can you please, any one of you, can you please acknowledge that if my voice is audible or not? That would be really good if that's possible for you. Okay, I just need a acknowledgement from your end. Can I get an acknowledgement please from your end? Just hold a second. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, thank you so much everyone. Thank you. Hi Archit, Anushka, Ashutosh, Aroha, Dandate Javni, Bandana, Gupta. Okay, thank you so much, Saurav. That's really good to know about it. Okay, so it's obviously like okay, we are being getting it onto the larger scale itself. Okay, so pretty good. So I have shared my screen and everything onto the one go, so that everyone is being comfortable to begin with what we are being getting with, right? So, what is an agenda? Basically, first of all, that's the the point behind it is why we are over here. What is the agenda about every single thing? So now, as we're starting with your 5 days boot camp, okay, that is basically just to master the computer vision in 5 days. Okay, that's basically getting it aligned with an AI for the face recognitions and the object detection, and this is all what we are gonna go around the table. Okay. Also, we will be going with just unlocking the AI plus Python, and we will be learning about like okay how to make the computers see and understand the real world, build the real time. Okay, face detections, recognize that, and also getting on to like the object detection systems. So all of these things, okay, all of these 5 things we're gonna do into the 5 days. Okay, so you will be pretty confident about it, you will be pretty like good to go with the things and all. Okay, so this entire thing is being comprising of 5 days. Okay, so today we are just gonna go with what is an introduction towards the computer vision, the AI fundamentals and all, and simultaneously as an of I would say the playlist. Okay, so that is entirely gonna go with your, I would say that's entirely it's gonna be oriented with the face detection with an open CAV, object detection with the deep learning. We will be learning about the two tools, YOLO, YOLO, okay, and SST. On a very day 4, we will be going with an face recognition with a deep seek, and the deep face, okay, the face recognitions and all. And then finally, we're gonna make that final projects, the deployments, which is gonna happen with the Streamlit on the Flask, right? So all of these things are just gonna happen within these 5 days, which is going to be very good. And I hope every single person over here has been excited to go with it. Are we guys like okay excited to go with the things around what we wanted to go with? Are we comfortable? Can I get to know yes or no, please? Come on. Perfectly, like okay, I would just need to know about it. Are we all comfortable to begin with something which is being very much important for us, and it is being required throughout what we are being learning, right? Okay, hi everyone. A very good evening to all. Basically, attendance you will be getting it during the end when we are just gonna get a wrap up with the things. Okay, you will be just getting it at that time, that particular time, I would say. Okay, you are not gonna get the attendance sheet prior because it's not even required to give you very on a very earlier stage. Okay, it's not even required to give you on a very earlier kind of a stages and everything, right? Okay, when we are gonna wrap up the things and you will get your attendance sheet, don't worry about it, right? But stay tuned, stay connected from the beginning towards the end, because anything you're gonna miss, so it's gonna be probably your loss. Okay, it's definitely your loss, which you can definitely adhere it, but not required, right? So now, as we're starting with the day one, the introduction to the computer visions and the AI fundamentals and all, we are gonna explore that. I'm very sure that okay, every single person right out of that, okay, you all know that what is this, you can say, artificial intelligence. And as of when we talk about the artificial intelligence, that's a branch of a computer science, right? Which enables and give you a proper kind of an orientation, a machine to perform or to mimic the human intelligence, right? It's very computer oriented to perform the task that's traditionally required. Okay, and as enough required, you can say, in computer, which is gonna train the machine, correct? We're gonna train the machine, right? Okay, as one of human recognitions, learnings, correct, reasonings, decision making, okay, and a lot of new things are being there. And AI is everywhere today, right? Okay, every single way. How many of you already are being excited to make your capstone projects on the day 5, and although continuing forwards towards it? How many of you already know about what is an AI? Can I get to know about, like, okay, say yes or no? Say yes or no about it, or put a reaction. That would be really good. Put a reactions, please. That yes, definitely we know it. So you can put the reactions. That would be really good. Put your reactions, please. So you can put your reactions. Okay, if you see that there's a hard pop-up second everything, so you can definitely put that. Right, okay, very good. Okay, yes, a mixed kind of a response has been there, right? No problem with that. Nothing is to be taken care about, but it's okay if you are not. So we all are here to learn something really good, and in these 5 days you will definitely see, like, okay, what you have been grasped, okay, with something which is being very importantly required, right? Something which is being definitely started with what is to be needed, correct, and all. Now, if you have noticed the Netflix, right, or AI is everywhere today, as you all know, right? Okay, and from the virtual assistants like Siri, Alexa, to recommendation systems like Netflix and Amazon, correct? So this is what it is, just like, okay, either it's in learning, either it's in reasoning, or it's in kind of a decision making, correct? So everyone of us is being very comfortable to go and take it a lead about it, right? So similarly, we have in computer visions, right? So which is being specialized within AI, which focused on to enabling the machines to see and interpret it, and to understand, like, visual informations from the world, and such as, like, can be in images, can be like, okay, videos, just like in human recognitions are gonna be there, like faces. So reading the signals and all, okay, detecting the objects. So if you have might be noticed, like, okay, whenever you drive the car and there is an the challans comes, e-challans comes and all, how does that come, right? Okay, how does it, like, appear it also, like, okay, how does an e-challan comes to your respective registered mobile phones, right? It is only like there is in cameras, correct? Okay, it is being detecting the nameplate of your car, the speed it is being recognition is being there, particularly, like, okay, every single thing it is being happening, okay, over here. And if you are being violating, like, okay, any kind of the rules and the regulations, and straightforwardly the e-challans are being there on your registered mobile phones, correct? So just like also, like, okay, we have human recognition of the faces, right? uh, Nowadays, if you go for, like, okay, any kind of passport, applying for the passports and all of these, I would say, um, the legal documents and everything, so there is a proper kind of a scanning of your face as being there, whether you are being all perfect or not, right? Okay, so everything happens. So it is not manually which is being happening, right? Okay, it's all obviously it's an all technology based, correct? So empowering the machines to do the same, the application of the computer visions are being vast. Self-driving cars are being very much there. facial recognitions are being there. Okay, medical imaging analysis, quality inspection in manufacturing and everything. So all of these things are being augmented into the reality form. So this is just like, okay, what is being required and how it is being required, correct? So as per the core, okay, or as per you can say the core of it, it is majorly being focused on to enabling the machines to see, to interpret it, to understand the visual information from the board. So your eye is there. Okay, so let's say like, okay, every one of us has a perfectly like, okay, two eyes, and okay, and we are able to see, we are able to visualize at everything, correct? So if I'll say that, okay, this color is being a blue, okay, so I'm able to I would say detect, or either if I can say like, okay, I'm easily able to see that this color belongs to blue, correct? And similarly, like human recognizes the faces, read the signs and everything, but it's in core perspectives, right? um, we will be covering all the fundamentals of AI. We will be covering every single thing, right? Starting from the vision work, okay, how does it work, towards like, okay, what is being actually required, correct? So this is basically like, what this is basically, as in of computer vision is a field of AI, artificial intelligence, right? Okay, which is enabled to see, interpret it, and to understand the visual of the worlds, the algorithms, okay, we are using the field which initializes, right? Okay, the human vision, and it also helps you out to mimic the human visions, right? Okay, but instead of the biological eyes in the brains, it's just like to analyze and to act as like, okay, visual informations, correct? So this is just like, okay, if I'll say I have a system, a computer vision system, which is aiming towards to mimic the stability of, or it is having the ability, right? Okay, using the cameras, using the sensors or advanced algorithms. So this is what, okay, which is being required, correct? Any questions till now to anyone? So you can just drop your questions if you have any, and I'll or you put your queries into your chat box or comment section. I'll take your queries also, and then I'll begin with the next thing. uh, I hope that's being basically clear to each one of you. Come on, come on, come on, everyone. If you do, if you do have any kind of a queries or anything like that, you can definitely just let me know. You can definitely just let me know if you have any sort of queries and all. No problem. So now the goal is what of the computer vision, to extract the meaningful kind of informations from the images, from the videos, correct? And to make the decision based on to the application or the informations we have. For example, if I'll talk about the self-driving cars, which is being used into detecting the pedestrians, okay, the traffic signals, as well as the other kind of vehicles we have. Whereas when we talk about the healthcare system, so it's very easier to analyze the medical images for the diagnosis. The retail is there, that's very easier to use its own inventory management and to check out the automations. The security is being there, the systems for the surveillance, okay, and for the facial recognitions and all, right? So then core of it, the machine learning we are being using, where the models are being trained on a very larger kind of a data sets to identify the patterns, to make the predictions, to see the real world, to understand about it. So it's just like acting to open, okay, it's just an I would say, to open the doors for the smarter technologies, right? Okay, so there is a question by the Bashwajit, correct? In this bootcamp we learn OpenCV or the deep learning models like YOLO. Yes, definitely we are going to do it. The series is all being meant for that, okay? The series all about that itself, right? Okay, so you can definitely see like, okay, the change. So OpenCV we will be doing it tomorrow, and then we have the YOLO day after tomorrow, okay? Then we have facial recognitions, then that's on day 4, okay? The final project we're gonna make it, okay, with the deployment, it's on day 5, okay? But I would say only one thing into it is, you need to uh, all get focused onto the things, okay, we are doing it. If you miss even a single day, okay, that's gonna be a big loss to you, okay, big loss to you. Although today isn't just an introduction towards it, what we're gonna do it and so way. So there is like one more question by, I think, Yash Sasodia, right? So it he says like, okay, it means the camera is being blended and integrated with an AI. So definitely I'll just tell you one thing. So you can think about a computer vision of combination of the camera, or you can say any kind of the visual kind of a sensors with AI algorithm. Okay, the camera which captures the raw visual data, the camera which actually just captures the raw visual data and all, which is being there as of either you can camera can capture like images, videos and all, while AI is going to process the data to understand what is it there into between that, right? The camera acts like the eyes, um, okay, or you can say the camera is being depicted as like eyes, okay, and AI and the computer vision algorithms are just like a brain that interpreted what eyes can see, right? What eyes can actually depict for the further kind of the variables, for the kind of a generational way out of it, right? Okay, so all of these things are being typically required, all of these things are being typically like, either you can say not much, but yes, few of that, right? Self-driving cars also, if you see, don't you see like self-driving cars nowadays, what happens? There is no even drivers, okay, being there, okay, there is no any I would say any other sort of I would say person which is sitting into your car. A self-driving car has the cameras that captures the road, the signs, the pedestrians. The AI analyzes like a video feed, okay, to decide when to stop and when to turn and when to like accelerate about it. Similarly, like, okay, the facial recognitions are being there. A camera which captures your face. The AI algorithm analyzes the patterns in your features to identify it. So yeah, obviously that its AI has been integrated with the cameras and the sensors to give the machine a proper kind of an sight and the understanding about it, right? Perfect. Now, this is what we were talking about. Like, okay, uh, if I'll say like, okay, the human, correct? Okay, if I'll say that there is a human, and what is the difference between a computer? Okay, what is the difference between a human and a computer vision? Can anyone say like, okay, that is the human as being stable and isn't like computer as being stable? Come on. Is the human as stable, or is it like, okay, do you think like, okay, uh, the computer vision is being more stable, although we have the superior performances also, but we don't require that superior performances, we require basically the point which is being oriented with it, right? Okay, let me know please. Come on, let me know please. Okay, so what answer? More answers I require it. Computer vision is more stable. Okay, one answer. Again, more answers are required. That would be really good if we all are being engaging into the bootcamp, because bootcamp is a place where like, okay, everyone is learning onto different insights, correct? Someone like, okay, knows very well, again some of you don't know very well, right? Okay, so that's totally fine. Nothing is required. We are all are here to engage into it, right? We all required this thing particularly basically oriented. Okay, only by the Yash I got the answers then. Okay, there is Tejaswini computer vision is more stable. Okay, that's where. So moving forward towards it, when we talk about the human visions, humans can see the world very naturally with their eyes, correct? uh, I can see, okay, the question was basically Vishwajit, that which one is more stable, human or computer vision, right? Okay, so this was the question basically, that which one is more stable, correct? So human can definitely see, like, okay, the world naturally with their eyes and all, and our brain processes the visual informations effortlessly and instantly, like, okay, recognizing the objects, faces, colors and the patterns and all. And we can also, like, okay, understand the context, the emotions, correct, okay, the subtle cues, uh, without the formal training, and that's basically required, correct? So for example, if you can instantly recognize a friend into a crowd, or detect if something is being unusual into the scene and all, so you can definitely see that, correct? And if I wanted to just know, if I just wanted to just tell, like, someone that in these 50 people, someone, I know the best, okay, I have to relate with that person, correct? I have to relate with that person. I need to point that person. So similarly with the computer versions, on a road, okay, there is, like, okay, thousands of cars are being moving, motorbikes are being going, cycles are being there, right? Okay, so two-wheelers, four-wheelers, eight-wheelers, okay, and all are being there, okay. So what does it happen basically is, we are not manually there, right? Okay, to observe, the certain few parameters, like who are being overspeeding, okay, what happens to the particular incident and all, right? So computer, okay, so there is one more question by Divish Shetty. Completely depends upon different situations, correct about it. Vishwajit, human vision is more stable, perfect. So yeah, definitely, like, okay, I'll see, computers don't see manually, okay, everything, or naturally about everything. So they rely on to some sort of, like, okay, cameras are being there, or sensors are being there to capture the images, to capture the videos and everything, and AI is being naturally required within algorithms. Then it is basically going to process these kinds of visuals to identify the objects, the patterns, the movements they have. So computer actually needs the training with a large number of data sets. Now if I'll see, or if I'll say that, okay, that that on, okay, on a road of 10 kilometers, okay, which is being very, uh, I would say, streaming kind of, the roads are being there. If I'll say that, okay, on a daily basis there is, like, around 50,000 of cars move on to that particular track. So don't you think, like, okay, it's very heavy for me to count individual of it, right? Okay, I can't do it, okay, I can't do just capturing the individual kind of a way. No, I cannot, right? Okay, so that depends upon sensors, okay, that depends upon the high, these cameras are not very small cameras and all, okay, very, like, low pixel cameras and all, no. So they're very highly costly, or kind of a cameras are being there, and which is being reliable on to certain sort of the pixels, which is being highly required, correct? So AI and the algorithms that processes the identification of the objects, the patterns and the movements are being there, that's being required. So computer needs the training, computers actually needs the training with a larger number of data sets to recognize the objects, to make the decision very carefully, accurately and all. So for example, again, I would say the self-driving cars are being there, uses the cameras, the AIs to detect the pedestrian, traffics, the signs and the lanes, so that's there. So what is the key differentiations between both of them? Basically is human understand the visions intuitively and contextually, right? Okay, while we wanted to just make the computer rely on the data, the models, the algorithms. Now these are the things, okay, which we require to interpret the visual whole. Essentially, like, kind of a computer visions. It tries to mimic the human vision but structures the programmable kind of a way. Okay, that's basically more required. Now, actually, I've just told you that, how the computer vision work, the technology core of that. But I'll tell you more things about it. Like, okay, that what makes the computer version way more good, right? Okay, what exactly just try, we wanted to just try onto it, the technology kind of a perspectives, right? Okay, the core of the technologies and all. So computer vision allows the machines to see and understand the visualizations of the data, but it's not it's just unlike the humans, the computer, which needs to structure the steps to interpret it, the images and the videos, correct? The very first thing is massive training data sets. Hello to everyone, a very good evening to all. I think we should all focus on to this, right? Okay, that would be really good for us, correct? Let's just focus on to our context, what we have, but till the end, okay? Stay till the end, okay? No problem with that. So now, when we talk about this, the larger kind of a data sets, uh, we know that computer vision has to make the massive labeled data sets of the images. Now, I would just let you know one thing. Let's say if I wanted, or if I want, okay, something which is related to kind of my benefit, okay, I won't stop that, correct? I won't stop that until unless I'll get my things of my own, okay, until unless I'll get my things of my own. But don't you think, like, okay, analyzing the patterns, okay, and everything, it's way more tough, correct? Okay, or analyzing the I would say the decision using the AI, it's way more tough. No, it is just an essential kind of a combination it's being there. Just like if we talk about sensors, so sensors are being like eyes, algorithm, that's basically kind of, I can relate it with the brain, models, that's kind of learning and the reasonings, correct? That allow every sort of uh, the machines to act differently, right? Okay, it will just let you know, like, okay, this machine works, or this is how the machines are being working, correct? So a larger kind of a data set. So if I'll say that, okay, the 10 kilometers track is being moving, and I need to know about, like, okay, what is all happening over here. So I'll train that data set. I'll train that kind of a raw data first of all with me. I'll see, like, okay, what exactly it's been happening and all, and I'll just make it like training and testing of the data set according to my way, right? Okay, I don't care, like, okay, how does it work, but I need that it should work according to me, correct? So similarly, the deep learning in the CNN, right? Okay, into this, what is in CNN? Correlation neural networks, that's CNN. And then deep learning, which is being the combinations to make the individual kind for pixels and progressively, like, okay, making a feature among of that, correct? Let's say if I wanted to make any sort of the value points, okay, or any sort of, like, okay, the conditional value points and all, I need to make the combinations, okay. I'll definitely just tell that, okay, that these kinds of the logical operations I need to perform, correct? I need to just transform this, correct, okay, into the better formats, correct? So so that, like, okay, it could relate into the maximum kind of an approachable, okay. So now the progressive feature directions. Now what it exactly happens, okay, whenever we go with any kind of feature extraction or the detection, computer enables the key patterns or the features such as like images, or such as like edges, shapes, textures, and the colors are being there. So each of them, I'll show you how to make these kinds of features also. I'll show you how to make the edges. I'll show you entire different things, okay, based on to it. So do not worry, but I'll only say you one thing, like, okay, please stay till the end, okay, please stay till the end, because if you're being interested to go with that, and you will be able to just bag all the things what we are doing it then, right? Okay, so definitely that's gonna be your kind of the way, okay, you need to just start, correct? Now what is this? If you see, you can see the layers in the picture, uh, what we naturally have. is what we are being getting it analyzed with the CNN pre-processing. Okay, so visualizing the CNN pre-processings and everything, that's in correlations, right? Ma'am, do we need the prerequisite knowledge of these technologies before the bootcamp? Not much, I would say, but few of the things, okay, you should always know about it. But when I'm just gonna start coding with it from tomorrow onwards, you will definitely observe like, okay, what all the things. Either you can learn it, but I don't think so. Like, okay, it's required. So if you are gonna learn during the classes or the boot camps, okay, or any sort of things, that would be really good. Okay, but if you are not gonna do so, that's totally fine. You can ask me to repeat that what does the syntax means, correct? um, or what does, like, okay, these kinds of a line, what you're just trying to write it, okay, what does it mean, and all that stuff. Okay, I can definitely help you out with the maximum approaches, correct? Now, why the visualization of the processing is being required? Either you can see the pre-processing, that's way earlier, but either also you can say that, okay, what is a processing, right? Okay, now into this, the CNN starts with the three things: input layers, hidden layers, and also the output layers. Input layers, okay, you can say that it's an input image. A box is being there, and in the box you have something being placed. The space is being filled with some objects and all, right? Okay, what you personally used to do it is fill the space what is being required. You don't, like, okay, I don't think so. If there is a 10 kg of the carton and you put like 20 kgs into that, that's not even possible. So input layer, it's just kind of an the layer which is in, depending upon the input images, the height, the width, and the channels are being there. If I'll say 32 into 32 into 3, that's basically 32 is the height, 32 is the width, and 3 is your channel, right? Okay, so what are the channels and everything, you will get to know into tomorrow's day of the boot camp, correct? Each of them is being connected. Okay, just like in your brain, there is number of neurons, right? Okay, there is number of dendrial cells are being there, layers are being there, which is being connected, right? Okay, with certain sort of the way, correct? Correct. So this is basically attached towards the different perspective, correct? Okay, and you need to retrieve it, doesn't matter. Now in the visualization, even a small kind of the value, even a small kind of the logic is being required, correct? Now AI fundamentals behind the computer visions. So how many of you know about certain, like, um, certain kind of, I would say, logics behind it? How many of you know it? How many of you have worked with, like, okay, yes, Devasheti, you will be getting it certified if you're attending all the bootcamp sessions. Okay, if you're attending all the bootcamp sessions and all, that's your benefit. Again, you will get the highest way. Okay, I just need to know about one thing, guys. How many of you know about, like, machine learning? How many of you know about what is, like, neural networks? How many of you even know about what is a deep learning? Come on, let me know. I just need to know about it. If possible, that's gonna be very good. Come on, guys. If you get to know about it, that would be really nice. Either you can do one thing. You can put the or kind of this uh, percentages, like kind of 10% I know, 20% I know, 30% I know, or like 100% I know it. Okay, I just need a percentage. Okay, can you drop the percentages? That would be really good if you drop the percentages and all. That would be easy to understand, like, okay, where you all, like, stand and what I need to just go with much more things. Okay, I know the basics. Okay, ma'am, how do you know who are present? Oh, I didn't got your point. So you're gonna fill the present. I would say the attendance sheet. Okay, over there we are already being calculating your attendance, so it doesn't matter. You when you fill your attendance sheet, okay, make sure everyone fill the attendance sheet. If you're not gonna fill the attendance sheet, your certificates are not gonna be awarded, even though your attendance is not gonna get marked. Okay, and there will be a problem while you get uh this particular certificates. Okay, the 50% Tejaswini. Okay, basics about 60%. Okay, Naveen 30%. Okay, Saurabh 30%. Dinesh, okay, 70%. I only know ML. Okay, no problem. Uh, it's in Bandana Gupta, right? 30%. Okay, Abhishi 40%. Perceptrons and all. Okay, got it. So 50% mostly the theory. No problem with that. I just got the idea. Like, okay, what exactly and where I need to focus the more about it, right? Okay, because into this, uh, in this kind of the logics, what you make into the several layers are being there. Okay, okay, 50%, no problem with that. So, mostly like okay, you get it oriented with the visualizations, correct? So, three of the AI fundamentals are being there, which is being there the machine learning, the neural networks, and the deep learning. Okay, so Keshav 70. Okay, I have developed a forecasting model for the wind energy. Very good. Dinesh, the Visheti, where is the attendance? So the moment we're gonna wrap up the class, before that, 5 minutes prior, you will get that attendance sheet which you need to fill. Okay, and attendance sheets are not valid for the next days. If you missed it today, so that means like you're not going to be able to fill it tomorrow. Okay, so make sure do not leave the class. Okay, if you did not fill it. Okay, clear? No problem. Okay, so now each or every kind of the logics, whatever you're just making it, it's in breakthrough. Okay, that's gonna never end upon, right? Okay, the correlations are going to be there. Okay, so each kind of and correlations, each kind of like okay, the logics you're just maintaining it. Okay, it is just going to be there onto the perspective about how you get. Correct. The scenarios are gonna be like that, allowing of the systems, improving the systems and all. So tomorrow, when you see like okay, we are doing the CNN codes. Okay, we are just going to do an attempt or some real world problems. Okay, I am not gonna do the simple code. Okay, basically a very not that much simple I would say, but I would just go with like okay something which is being helpful for you, uh, basically like okay which you needed uh, at the upcoming way, correct? And let's not make it like okay the bootcamp is as one of the normal session. Let's make it this thing basically very well oriented, uh, with the projects you need to do, right? Okay, so that's in kind of a reunion. Okay, there is a lot of problem statements are being there, lot of problem statements, right? And each of the problem statement is has to be like okay provide the maximum approaches, right? Perfect, no problem. Now these three things on our platter. Now what is in computer vision versus like okay the image pre-processing, so, okay, the simple kind of a processing, right? You know like okay what is in computer vision, but I don't think so like okay you know about what is a sort of, I would say, the image processings, right? Okay, you can see my image, correct? You can definitely see my image and all. I can probably say like okay the image processing is just normal, right? Okay, but don't you think like okay there is a lot of scanning? Okay, let's say if I just go for any kind of a passport, applying for the passports and all, right? um and all, right? Okay, don't you think like okay that's gonna be like okay my identity, like obviously like scanning, okay, my face is my identity right now, right? Okay, whatever you can see like okay into your Aadhaar cards, PAN cards, okay, and all, and that's an identity, right? But when we talk about the image processings, the technique is just to enhance or to manipulate the images for the human or for the machine users, right? Okay, but when we talk about improvement, okay, Vishwanji, don't worry, you will get it, don't worry about it. Everyone will get that internship around, I guess, like 9:10 or 9:15, somewhat like that. Okay, so don't worry, but do not leave the class, okay, if you did not fill. Okay, do not do so. Yes, so okay, so one question is being there. I'll address it just after like I'm finishing about it, Rijit. Okay, now what exactly it's going to be the goal behind it is about the image processing, that improvement of the visual quality, extracting the basic kind of a features. But when we talk about similarly and the parallel to the computer vision, the techniques is just to interpret it, to understand and to make the decisions from the images or the videos, right? Okay, now let's say if someone is going to get it, uh, or I can say like okay someone is being there, correct, who are being overspeeding, correct. Now I cannot stop that person, I cannot. Don't you think like okay would I like to say that okay okay please don't overspeed and all. So it's a rule for everyone, okay, it's everyone's like okay the prioritizing about every single thing that we have. We don't need to overspeed, okay, or we don't need to just cross the limits, correct, or cross the basic the rules and the regulations. So obviously if someone is being making the mistakes, the challans are already being there, the punishments are already being there. Similarly we are being able to detect that, right? Okay, the techniques are being there, the to interpret it, to understand, to make the decisions out of like okay whatever the source of like okay the objects transformations you need to make it, right? And what's there inside the image object is being there. We have the actions, okay, we have the context, to just try to get it focused about it, right? So each and every single kind of the variables, okay, each and every kind of the logicals, okay, we are being making, it's going to be just oriented, correct. Okay, it's just definitely going to get it orient to it. So Arijit has a question about that, bam, can we just like image processing as a subset of the CV? Okay, so your question is little bit, I would like to modify it, okay, that like does an images we are being using or being the subset or not. I'll say you one thing. Basically, when we talk about these kinds of topics and everything, we always have to generalize it. That okay, why we are just trying to use it. I can say that okay, first of all, the processing depends upon certain kind of the variables, right? Okay, the for certain kind of the technologies and everything. Number one, if you can see that okay, there is one thing that's basically the raw image, right? Okay, the image which is not even there as enough prepared ones, there is a raw image of, okay, of that. Then the next step is processing. The third step comes the understanding. The fourth one is super intuitive to make that, okay, and all. So absolutely like okay, there is in comparisons, definitely there is some comparisons and all, but among both of them, okay, the focus is to make a pixel oriented. I don't want it like the camera which is being mounted uh, on a highest pillar on the road, and that is just like normal pixel. That's not even like obviously it's in camera, obviously it's in sensors and everything. But I don't want like okay that it's not going to work according to my expectations. Correct? Don't you say it's think like okay that if the things are not working all good, so not required even, right? Okay, not even required for general kind of a perspective. Correct. So some of the key applications are being definitely there. of the computer vision. So one of them is being basic the healthcare. The medical diagnosis are being there, the detecting of the tumors, the fractures, the anomalies in the X-rays, MRIs, and CT scans and everything. Surely, Sneha, you can put your query. Don't worry about it. Put your query, please. So, medical diagnosis and everything. If I'll say that okay, a person is being suffering, okay, or had some sort of like okay the fracture, I am not gonna just observe with a magnifying glass, correct? Okay, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, sorry to say that. But I will be able to just tell one thing that okay, proper kind of an X-rays, okay, proper kind of an MRIs and everything. And when I am able to say that these are the things I'm able to do that as an of the surgery assistants also, like okay, I will be able to say that the guiding the surgeons, right? Okay, with the real time imaging. um, if someone is having the problem, uh, I would say on any part of your body and all, that's not possible, like okay, you are gonna use some other tools, right? Okay, definitely not being there. You cannot use any sort of other tools or anything like that. You are just probably gonna use the right tool to measure the right thing, correct? Right tool to measure the right things as being basically required. Okay, uh, not being oriented for just like okay the different kind of the logics, right? Like not being there. So this is basically not even the perspective to rely. Okay, not even the perspective is being there to just get it assist with the image analyzing, right? Just like the autonomous kind of the vehicles. Okay, autonomous kind of a vehicles, like how we are being orienting, that obstacles are being there, traffic signals. Okay, then you can say that okay, there is something the collision. Okay, now let's say how we are going to use the collisions. Okay, what all the things are being there which is being helping you out for the collisions and everything. If someone is being coming from the wrong kind of a side, again another person is on right on the side, so the problem is not of the right person. Okay, the problem is of the who is being wrong so far, correct? Okay, so this is being there. Okay, this is going to be required to just get it standardized, correct? So do we will be using the Python in this bootcamp? Yes, definitely yes, only the Python would be there. There would be some sort of frameworks, there would be some sort of libraries, tools, okay, and all. So that's basically there. Okay, don't worry. So all of these are the applications about it, and this is highly impacted into the growth market. So just have a look, and I'll just make you forward with a very important thing: the campaigns ambassadors. Okay, first of all, just have a look on a survey. Have a look onto the survey. You will definitely see and observe. Okay, got it. Okay, one thing, first of all, have a look onto the survey and then I'll just take. Right now I'm using the matplotlib, so don't worry, you will learn a lot of libraries. I'll be making you clear with that, and you will definitely appreciate that, mom. Yes, definitely, I've saw very good things. Right? Okay, you will definitely just have a look, but you just need to allow a time to me. Uh, you need to have the patience while learning the things, and the things are really good, really, really good. Right, Claire? Uh, for this 5 days program, we're gonna make a simulation model based on our CV. So we're gonna make a very good kind of a projects oriented with an open CV, YOLO, computer vision. Okay, comprising about the face recognition. Tomorrow we have a face detection. I'll show you what is the difference between a detection and recognizing about it. For the detection, we use a tool like OpenCV. Uh, for recognition, we use the deep face and the face recognitions. Okay, See, not required that only the theory is required, okay, for these things. Today is just an overview of what we are gonna make it sure about next 4 days. What we just wanted to go with that, okay. Uh, but I will be ensuring you if you right now is being like uh, I would say 5% or 10% also. I can ensure you right at the end of like okay the 5 day of the boot camp you will be 100% confident. At least you will get the push to start with. Okay, at least you will get the push about it and you will definitely work and you will definitely love about that. And I'm not saying about this, you can see our previous videos also, you can see a previous kind of all of the playlist about the boot camps. Okay, we have been starting, you can subscribe to this channel, okay, and stay tuned for a very good upcoming kind of a boot camps also. But I would say um, this entire topic is being all oriented with something which is being highly required for your resumes, for you can say your cvs and everything also, right? Okay, yoga has one more question, ma'am, will we working on any mini project for the practical practice? Definitely yes. From tomorrow onwards you will see that the day we have anything we will see the practical orientation about the mini projects. Ma'am, please reply. Can we learn without laptop? No, you cannot learn without laptop. Okay, it's not possible, Raju. Okay, because um, these things are. I would say if I'll say that 30% or 20% is it's basically the theoretical oriented, which you can use okay or learn without the laptops also. But 80% of the things are being all laptop based. Okay, so you require everything as enough laptop based about it. Can you clarify which version of the YOLO we will be using it? So there is a lot of versions, but not a problem. I'll clear you one more kind of a versions what you particularly use about the certain kind of points and everything. So don't worry about it. More about the CNN, definitely yes. More about the CNN, we will be doing it. That's one more thing I'm just gonna say, that please have this particular kind of confidence that we wanted to learn something really amazing. Okay, we definitely wanted to learn about very amazing thing because we're investing our time. So for an investment of the time is a basic thing that we all are being getting it focus about. And tomorrow when we see that we are being making it applications of the CNN, we are making every single thing, you will observe like okay what we have done so far. Okay, we have just started with it. So now I'll just make you forward with one thing. Just have a look. So this is basically the attendance form you will be getting it. Can't we learn an online compiler or using the chat GPT to learn? No. So we are using the Jupyter notebook. Either we're gonna use the compiler that's in Jupyter notebook, or we're gonna use it the Google Colab. So majorly we will be using the Google Colab for all the practicals. Okay, for every single thing. So I'll show you how to use the Google Colab. Okay, what all things you need to required about it. So this is the entire kind of in syllabus for basically this particular way. So it's already being written. No prior coding experiences are being needed, right? So definitely not being required, correct? But I'm not familiar with the YOLO. Do we need to download? No, you don't need to download it. Okay, I'll make you get it import myself. Just you need to allow me the time for tomorrow. Okay, while starting, and I'll request you all to join on the time. Okay, because if any sort of line also you're gonna get messed with. Okay, any sort of lines. Okay, if you don't know even, so that's gonna be a very bigger aspect. Okay, so you need to just try to join on the particular timing. Particular time I'm gonna say because of like something which is obviously not being that into the approaches, correct? I'm providing you form, don't worry. Okay, I'm providing you form. So what you can do it is here is the form. Hold a second. So if you observe into your chat sections, please, there is an attendance form, okay, which has been given, and when you open it will be just reflecting like this, correct? First of all, I'll be making it clear with you as when you open this form you need to put every single thing. This is an attendance form basically. Okay, I'll make sure, like, okay, first of all, do one thing, you don't miss this, because if any days attendance is being missed, so that's gonna be your a bit loss. Okay, so make sure that does not happen. So you can put your full name, email IDs, contact number, WhatsApp numbers, and the caller's name in the area you're starting basically in, and the branches and the streams, correct? Then you have the states, which where you live. Now this part is being there, that are you willing to join the campus ambassador? I'll definitely say yes. Okay, you should be a campus ambassador for the smart end. It's a very beneficial, definitely very beneficial. Okay, right now, I would say being campus ambassador on an initial stages, you can put it onto your resume also as enough experiences and everything, whether you are being like into the colleges or even if not, right? So you can earn the stipend from here, from being the campus ambassador joining by the campus ambassador program for the smart end. There you will be getting the appreciation certificates, free access to the pro programs, the highly valuable programs. Okay, you will be getting the free access to that, and you will get the full-time offer to join them. Okay, so if yes, then only just put it. Okay, but I would be saying it definitely yes. And then while moving with along with that, what you can do it is open this smarter innovations. Okay, if you open the smarter innovations, this is the page. Okay, you will be able to see. I hope every single person is able to see this page, correct? uh, which is being here. In the moment you will see this page, the smarter innovation, there is one page on a very right side. There is written that's in reviews, correct? Okay, on the right side, just go to the reviews, put your review. Okay, over here, while you go on to your review, there would be an option, okay, over here to add your review, correct? Okay, the moment you put your add your review and all, you need to put the star ratings, put it like, okay, the 5 stars, okay, which is way more good, correct? Okay, and put your feedback, the perfect kind of feedbacks and everything, the overall feedback, correct? Over here, so obviously, like, okay, you can put it, and you can definitely fill the entire form, whether you have given the review. I would say, like, okay, every single person give your review, because it's gonna be impacted onto you only. And while you fill every single sort of the question which is being asked, and submit the form, correct? But this form is the form which is valuable. Is there any possible for hardware integrating the model? uh, I wouldn't say, right, during this bootcamp you can integrate. Okay, I can't say that, but yes, you can see a lot of YouTube channels. Okay, you can see a lot of pages and everything. You can just definitely integrate it. Okay, where you can just definitely just integrate the best way out of it. Perfect. More questions, please. Definitely. So, see, one thing I will be saying it is, make it a very interactive one. Kind of, you can just definitely interact during the boot camps, okay, which is being required, and this is how, like, okay, the sessions goes on, right? Okay, this is how, like, okay, it starts the best outcome of it. More questions, please. That would be really good if the more questions are being there. But yes, be till the end. Okay, uh, because if you miss any single sort of anything also during the boot camp, so that's gonna be your loss, because from tomorrow onwards, even a single line of code is being, uh, if you miss, that's gonna be harming you. Okay, because obviously I'll be providing you code day by day. Okay, every single thing, okay, the every line of code, whatever you are being writing it, you will get the code, okay, about it. So don't worry about the single kind of an orientations about it. Okay, You will get the Google Colab link, and also you will get the notebook. Okay, the link of that, so you can use it. No problem with that, right? If any questions are being there, you're most welcome to ask. Surely about it. If you require the review link separately, I can give it to you. Diversity, it's all I would say oriented to everything. So the thing I'm saying like is like you are not required any kind of the prior knowledge. Every single thing we will be doing it during it. Okay. Uh, right. Both orientations are being there. Kritika Dikshit, right? You can just type this, the smarter innovation reviews. Okay, you will get it because it won't go because of it's a very long kind of uh, link. Or either I'll do one thing, copy the link address. Okay, no, it's not going. Okay, so you can put this, no problem with that. Chalo. Okay, then thank you everyone. Take care, bye bye. Have a nice day. Let's meet tomorrow now. Okay, and definitely, yes, I would say it's gonna be the better way to end this boot camp. Okay, thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.